Hey guys, just want to take a second to make this quick video on how to effectively use some of the information and tools that we've sent you in kind of our kickoff email. So two things that are important to know. You're going to get one email with a subscription opt-in request. That's something that you're going to have to agree to opt into. That's going to automatically send you property updates as they come in and as they match your criteria. The other one is going to be for a portal, MLS portal, so that's going to give you a convenient way when you do see stuff that comes in that you can favorite it, you can hide it, and you could even email us directly about a listing that you're looking at. So once you've opted into the subscriptions and once you've opted into the portal, I just want to take a moment to kind of point out some of the features here so you are using this as effectively as possible. So let me go ahead and jump in there. So if you don't have the link handy in your email, it's going to be my.flexmls.com/Mizuko, or if you're working with anyone else from the Copper 48 team, this should just be their last name or something similar. So when you log in, it's likely going to default you to the home page. Sometimes it will throw you into the news feed, especially if you're on the mobile device. Just real quick, the news feed is going to be something that is going to only show properties that have been updated in the past 24 to 48 hours, depending on how your realtor has the settings set up. I recommend just to go jump in and look at your search every time if it's not too cumbersome. Just so you're not missing anything. You know, if it's been 3 or 4 days since you've looked, you know, most people want to see everything that's currently on the market. So you're going to want to go to your saved tab. You'll notice here under searches, this is going to be everywhere that you'll have a search. Likely you'll have a subscription that's really tied to each one of these searches that's going to be sending you these automated emails. Down here, just to point out, we'll kind of cover it once we jump in the search. Once you're looking at listings, you'll have the option to star or favorite them. So that's where you're going to see these kind of maintained. If your realtor has kind of favorited them, you'll see them under here for recommended with this briefcase. That just means realtors recommended them. If you've hidden any, and if your realtors have hidden any. So just as a quick piece of advice, I would recommend when you're going through to either like them or hide them. If you're kind of neutral and in between, that's okay. You can leave those blank. But if it's something that you absolutely are disgusted by, go ahead and hide it so it's not populating your screen every time you jump into this search, because it should remove it from the map view and this list here. So my favorite personally, especially if you don't have very many to look at, my favorite way of looking at properties is just to click these little logos and just, you know, flip through photos, and it's a little smoother on the phone because these show up a little bigger, or you can look through them on here. So obviously there's this little favorite tab here. If you see something you like, you can go ahead and favorite it, and then from here on the left hand side, you'll see there's a way to do the no smoking side to hide it if you absolutely don't like it. Anything that's in these rubber bands, just kind of like on Zillow and stuff, this is what's going to populate. You know, usually if you're working with one of us, especially me, I'll almost always have something like this set up to kind of carve out some of the areas I maybe wouldn't recommend based on what you're telling me. If for any reason you have a lot here in your search, you can add additional filters. Unfortunately, you can't save this on top of your search. But you can add additional detail to kind of down select from here. Maybe you want to just look at stuff with no HOA or whatever, and kind of remove some of those options. So that's about all I want to say about this tab. Now if you go back to it though, if there will be that favorite saved tab here. If you click save tab, this will actually give you the option to rank some of these listings too. So sometimes what you'll ask, or what I'll have you do, is I'll say, hey, go and favorite the ones that you want me to tour, right? And so that's not saying I'm not going to add some realtor picks to our tour, but I want you to at least have first dibs, so we make use of your time and we hit the ones you like. So if you come in here and you rank these out of 3 stars, I'm going to try and schedule and prioritize your ones that are 3 stars and 2 stars, obviously, before your 1 stars. So that's a nice little handy tip. If you, for whatever reason, want to do your DIY searching, there's this search field, and you can kind of filter, like, with the power of MLS. Personally, I think that's a little overwhelming for most people, and it's not as user-friendly. I would recommend going to a website called homesnap.com to do a DIY search. Specifically, homesnap.com is going to show the status correctly. It's going to be the most up-to-date in terms of all the details and information. And then lastly, usually there's a way to bind yourself to an agent so that it allows him to go into your profile and kind of see what you're looking at, what you like. And then fourthly, the thing I really like is you can filter based on school rating, which is really handy feature to utilize. If you find a listing, let's say on HomeSnap, and you wanted all the MLS info, just pop the MLS number or the address up here, and it will pull up the detail sheet like you do on all your other listings. Just real quick, I do want to kind of show you how this looks like on the phone if you're using and have downloaded the MLS app. This should look very similar if you're using the website as well. This star is going to be what's the same as your saved tab here. So this is going to have your search and all these listing options down here. This will be your notifications or news feed. This is going to be if you want a free-for-all search. So one common question I have is, like, sometimes, like I said, especially if you go to the website on your phone, it will default you here to this news feed, and they'll be like, hey Mike, there's nothing in my search, there's nothing in my MLS portal, how come? Well, it's because you haven't clicked the actual search that we set up to you. So anyways, that's the long and the short of it. I just want to take some time to show you kind of what to expect. Reach out to me or the agent you're working with. So if you have any questions or want to get in some homes, we can get that set up, and I hope we find you guys something soon. Thanks.